Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to ptscadexpert and myself, Architect Kumar Kapadia from the city of Surat in Gujarat. And we are assembled here for this course, Master Diploma in Revit BIM, live BIM course, which is the combination of architecture plus structure plus MEP, of which I am the tutor for architectural segment. Fine. So this course will be conducted every day from 6:30 onwards and from Monday to Thursday and Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday we'll have off, and on Sunday we'll have a big session from 10 to 12. Fine. So a little bit insight about this particular course, BIM. So what do you understand by BIM? So BIM is nothing but it is basically building information modeling. Building information modeling refers to or is an integrated workflow and holistic process wherein we learn, update, and evolve. It is basically nothing but a holistic process for accumulating, gathering data. Which data? The data that we feed to a particular structure for its execution on site. Fine. We today in AEC industry, that is architecture, engineering, and construction industry, we belong to different segments and different faculties, different disciplines, that is mechanical, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, that is heating, ventilation, air conditioning system, architecture, structure, and we have to deal with lot of different working entities and different units. So this is where BIM, that is building information modeling, comes into picture. Fine. So building information modeling is a process of accumulating, analyzing, and documentation of all the data. Fine. And there are a lot of softwares dealing with it. For example, ArchiCAD, Navisworks, and lot others. But Revit so far has been proven to be the best software till date, since it deals with all the three disciplines. That is, it has architectural segment also, it has structure also, and it has MEP also. That is mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Fine. So for this course, we are going to follow this particular chronology. This is the course structure which you might have downloaded from the app, wherein you see that these are the different segments in this which the particular course will be led. Okay, and some few of the fields might overlap. It might happen that few of the fields might overlap, but the basics will remain. The main tabs will remain the same. Fine. And this particular course will be delivered in three phases. That is, first is about the entire basic Revit. The another next phase, the the first phase, basic Revit, also has two different segments. That is the 2D interface and 3D interface. Fine. The next will be the parametric modeling and visual scripting. The first phase will be taught in detail to you, and the second and the third phase, that is the parametric modeling and visual scripting, will be given an overview of you, because it's like Revit is like an ocean, and there is no limit and no end to it. And for each for each of the segment, if you want the detailed video for that particular parametric modeling and visual scripting, then once taught, you can refer to this video under this batch, September batch 22. That was the first batch led by me, and those were the interactive sessions with no students on other side. So those are the beautifully crafted videos with all the segments and all the commands having at least 2 to 3 examples, but it is very time consuming, and that will not be possible likewise. So all the rest other sessions also have been conducted that way only, wherein this phase 2, that is parametric modeling and visual scripting, has been given an overview, and then this videos has been referred by the students, and whenever they have doubts or queries, they can ask me. Fine. So now, without wasting a single second, let's jump into the interface of Revit, wherein what I was talking about, I'm just going to give an example of. This is the live project which was being taught for that last session, that is August batch. Fine. So what basically this building information modeling refers to is that you see that everything in one place. This works multidimensionally. This particular software works multidimensionally, that whatever you draft in 2D automatically gets takes the third dimension, and the 3D of that is elevated. Fine. So you see that right now you are seeing this particular 3D, but if I just take you to this particular layout, then this is the site layout. Fine. This is the presentation floor plan, plinth level presentation floor plan. You have the working plan of that same, that is which is used for construction drawing, that we call, which is used for execution on site. Then we have this exploded views, 3D views. Fine. You have elevations. See, elevations, and it will take a bit of time to regenerate. Just stay tuned. Fine. So this is the presentation elevation. Then you have the typical details that we drew, the typical wall section and everything. Fine. Then we have this area gross plan, everything in one place on one platform. Fine. This is just for architectural segment. Likewise for structure and MEP also, you can have everything in one. And also once all these three segments are learned by you, you have this multidisciplinary template in Revit, which is the new feature of this Revit 2024, wherein you can club all the three segments, that is architecture, MEP, and structure. Then also you can create this wonderful schedules, that this is the door schedule, this is the material takeoff, this is the window schedule. Fine. And finally, not only this, once this all these things are modeled, you can have this beautiful sheet composition. Okay, we as a designer, of course, will never issue the drawings in this format, but this is just to show you that drawings of different discipline and different scales can be compiled together on one platform. Fine. So we are going to start this particular session, architectural segment Revit Live BIM, from today, from with a fresh new file. Okay, so this is the welcome screen of Revit. Fine. And this Autodesk Revit 2024, the download link of that is provided here under this ptscad app. See, Revit 2024 and 2023 and 2024 download link, and enter the text file which has that particular software. Okay, and also here there is all the live projects that has been conducted by me, have been delivered by me, the AutoCAD file of that, and likewise these are all the live sessions, live projects that have been conducted by me in all the sessions that I have conducted so far till date. Okay, so where we were? Yeah, we were here. Yeah. So this is the welcome screen of Revit, fine, wherein you have two categories. That is, one is the model categories and another is the family categories. Family categories refers to the 3D elements which are part of this model categories, and model categories actually refers to the project environment of Revit. Fine. So first is that while in this particular home screen of Revit, you will click this new, and that will open up this dialog box that whether you want to open a new project, and I will just click this browse and navigate, and that will navigate to this particular folder, that is C program data Autodesk RH 2024. And if you have extracted your library properly, then you would be able to find all the necessary files needed to work within this or Autodesk Revit software. Fine. And of this, all the three folders, the main folders which you are going to use while working in this particular Autodesk Revit is this family templates, this libraries, and this template files. Of which this template file refers to the project environment. Fine. And which has all these different folders of different countries, but that is not all needed. And all this particular different file, what our use is only these two folders, that is English and English Imperial. English belongs to the metric system, that is meters and file, and this English Imperial belongs to feet, inches, and system. So we are going to lead this particular course in imperial system, that is feet in inches. Fine. Also onto that you have different template files, that is commercial, construction, electrical, plumbing, and etc. So we are going to, for this architectural segment, we are going to deal with this default template file. Fine. So as soon as I click this open and open it, so what that does is that it will open up the project environment of Revit. Fine. So let me just acquaint you to this particular project environment. Fine. Wherein you have this welcome screen and you have this toolbars, that is properties, And this project browser, if I just drag this out, you can also drag this, fine. And if I just close this, and many of you might often end up opening this Revit with such blank screen with no toolbars loaded. So just like AutoCAD, what you need to do is that first option is that you need to go to view, and under that you have this user interface, and from this user interface you can turn on that particular tabs or that toolbars, of which I'm just going to open up, say, check this project browser and properties. Okay, once that's selected, you can dock this particular window to this project environment, fine. Yes, and this will just take a bit of time because this is again little bit tricky. Yes, fine. And finally, I have docked both those toolbars together. That is properties and project browser, and that will be the two toolbars which will be using the most. Fine. What is next is that you have this upper ribbon. This is called the ribbon, and this is the upper ribbon. This is the lower ribbon. This is the taskbar. Fine, where you have various functions associated to it, which I'll be teaching you step by step. And this is the upper ribbon, and these are the different tabs: architecture, structure, steel, precast, system, insert, annotate, analyze, massing and site, collaborate, view, manage, edit, landscape, and etc. Fine. Of which, for this architectural segment, we will be dealing with this architecture tab. Fine. Insert, annotate, massing and site, a bit of collaborate, view and manage tab, and modify. Fine. Structure, steel, precast, and system belongs to structure part and MEP part. So that will be dealt by another faculty and another tutor, and that will be taught to you as well. But that would be in another segment. Fine. So now the first step that comes into picture after loading up this blank screen of Revit while coming to this particular project environment is that setting up levels. Fine. So these are the elevation markers. Fine. So see, wherever I hover my particular mouse onto this, you read that views elevation north. So by default in Revit, the north is on upper side. North, east, south, and west. If I just take you to 3D of this, then you see that you have this particular YouTube view cube, which with that indication showing that the top refers to north, east, south, and west. Fine. Okay. So first step after coming to Revit is that setting up levels. But before that, fine, sorry. Before that, first step is that you will set the units. Fine. As I said that working in Revit is multidimensional. You can switch between working units anytime. That is from imperial to metric or metric to imperial, vice versa. But for this course, we will be leading in imperial system, that is feet inches. So from this under this project unit, you have this various different fields which actually are added in this newly version of Revit, that's Revit 2023. Earlier than Revit 2022, that is 2021 or 2020, I don't know, so many fields were not added to this particular project units. But all of them are not even necessary. For example, this speed, time, volume, currency, this distance, cost per area, all these fields are not necessary. Okay, what we will be working maximum is with length. Fine. And angle area, angle and this rotation angle are one and the same. That defines the angle between two objects, 2D objects or 3D objects, not necessary. And slope is something that refers to the slope of the ramp or the slope of the sloping roof. Fine. So I'll teach you all of this step by step as soon as we proceed ahead with this particular session and modeling sessions. So I'll acquaint you to all of this. But what important is that length, under that you have this various different fields: centimeters, decimeters, feet, inches, meters, millimeters. Okay. So for this session, we are going to continue with this feet and fractional inches, and as and when needed, we will switch between units also. That is from imperial to metric and from metric to imperial, that is vice versa. Okay. So I will just say that feet and fractional inches. And what is this rounding? Rounding is precision of AutoCAD. If you remember, if you are well aware of that software AutoCAD, then you might be knowing that 0.0, 0.00, and so on. So that is that particular precision in this Revit. So I will say that to nearest 1/4 of an inch. Okay, fine. And with that, I will just click OK. Fine. And now we will go to this particular elevation. And the first step is that we will set the levels. So by default, there are two levels, that is level 1 and level 2. I will just, you can just click that and rename that. So I will just rename this, calling it ground level, or yes, ground or oblique road level. Fine. Yes. Would you like to rename in corresponding views? Yes. So as soon as you rename here, you see that under this project browser, you have this various different fields, that is floor plans, ceiling plans. Okay. And also this structural plan. And where is that structural plan tab gone? Oh, it's not there. Yeah, fine. Doesn't matter. We'll bring that. So it gets renamed within that also. Okay. So how to lay levels in Revit? So that is under this particular architectural tab and this datum panel. This is these are called panels. This build panel, this circulation panel, model, room and area, opening, and this is the datum panel. Under that, you have this level LL. LL is the shortcut. Fine. So while in this while on the screen, I can just enter LL and that will activate that command. Or if not that, I can just open it from here also. Fine. And that will activate this particular command. Fine. So there are two ways of laying this particular level. One is that you can manually toggle to that particular height and just lay that particular level. And once laid, you can just rename it, calling it if this is first floor and this should be terrace level. Okay, fine. Another way is that again I will click LL and you see that this tool get activated, wherein one is this line command, wherein you can manually draw the level by snapping to that particular height, and another is this pick lines. Okay, with pick lines selected, you see that instance properties pops up. These are called the instance properties. Instance properties are the properties associated to a 3D element which you can change instantly. Wherein this is the offset. So I will just enter this offset to be 10 foot. Okay. And with this pick line commands, I will just hover my mouse onto this ground level, ground road level. Fine. And as soon as I click, sorry, that offset should be minus 10 foot. Fine. And then pick lines. And yes, with that, as soon as I click, that level is created, which I will call basement slab. Okay. Yes. Would you like to rename the corresponding views? Yes. Okay. What if you want to add a plinth? Fine. So LL and we will add a plinth of let's say 18 inches. I will just, or you can just pick lines and say offset to 18 inches and pick this existing line. Okay. And I will just rename this, calling it plinth level. Yes. Okay. Now you see that there is a mess. You cannot properly visualize this levels placed. So here onto this taskbar, you have this scale factor and there's lots and lots of different scales already defined, predefined by Revit. From wherein right now it is 1/8 of an inch is equal to 1 feet. If you are not well versed with this particular imperial system, then slowly and gradually you will learn it. Fine. So I'll just select this 1/4 of an inch is equal to 1 feet, and that will reduce this particular scale, and we can properly visualize it. But let's say that I want to save this particular drawing in this scale only, wherein I want to take the printout of this particular drawing on this scale. And again, I want to have a proper visual appearance of these two levels. So in that case, what you need to do, select this particular level and you see that there is this icon that pops up which says that add elbow. With that, if I just click this, then you see that you can drag it. Okay. So with that, the same scale I have created, I have taken up this particular visual scale and this annotation a little bit high. Visual level, sorry. The visual level and this annotation a little bit high. Okay. Now I'll just select this particular thing and you see that drag accent. So just watch this point. When I hover my mouse, you see that it should read drag the accent to level in the model. Fine. And if you zoom out and if you just snap, so you see that this entire thing is locked. Fine. And if now if you drag, all of that level lines will toggle together. Fine. Now, what next is that how can you edit this particular level lines? Fine. So there comes a point wherein I need to make you understand that Revit is bunch and basket of families. Fine. As I just said, while in that home screen of Revit, which says that whether you can open a project file or you can open a family file. So Revit is a bunch and basket of lot of families, lots and lots of families, wherein you have system families. The system families are embedded or nested with different types. Okay, and those different types are referencing other again different nested or embedded families. Fine. So you'll just understand that. I'll just make you understand that. If I just select this particular thing, any of this particular line, this level line, you see that what does it read under this properties tab, properties toolbar. Under this properties tab, it reads that level 1/4 of an inch head. Fine. And under this, you have an ability to go to edit type. Fine. So if you go to edit type, then as I said, it is a bunch and baskets of families. When in this is the system family, which reads that this is the system family level. Okay. Now this particular system family is having two different types. Fine. Those types are having some or the other customization within. For example, this was particular 1/4 of an inch head is having this particular properties or this parameters associated to it, which has this customization. And as I said, the system families would reference the type and the type would reference the different nested or embedded families. For example, this line pattern, if I just drop down, then you see that you have lots and lots of different pattern which you can reference. Fine. But Revit has selected the line pattern to be grid line 1/2 of an inch. Okay. And it is also referencing this symbol level head, which reads that circle, which has this level head no bubble also, and it has none also. So you need to understand all this customization. Fine. And to understand all this customization, what I need to do is that I don't want to mess with the family that comes with Revit. I don't want to mess up with the system family. So what I'll do is that I will define my own different type. Okay. So what you need to do in that case, you need to duplicate this particular thing. That is 1/4 inch of a head too. You can give it your name. I will say that PTS level line. Uh-oh, level line. Okay. And now you can make whatever customization you want. For example, you can change this line weight to something drastic like 4. Fine. The color to red. Okay. Now, this line pattern is right now referencing grid 1/2 of an inch, which was referenced for this particular type. For now, for PTS level line, I will select something different. Let's select that dash, double dash, 3/8 of an inch. Okay. And the symbol, which having level hat circle, fine. I will show you that what will happen if I select this no bubble. Okay. And symbol at end 1 is not checked on and at end 2 it is checked on. So what difference does it make with this customization? So just apply and okay. Fine. So what difference do you notice? One major difference is that the color has changed. Also, what you visually, the visual difference that you see between this two different line this different lines are that the formation of this particular line grid line is different and this grid line is different. Okay, now this symbol has disappeared. Why has it been disappeared? Because we have selected that customization that the symbol I want no bubble. If I say that I want level head circle, then again that circle will pop up, which shows the uh, what do we say, representation of finished unfinished. Okay, so this is how you customize it. Okay, also whenever you select any of this particular grid lines, you see that you have this particular checkbox, this box which you can check, which says that display this same annotation. These are called the annotations. Okay, the name that you give, the the dimension, this particular symbols, all are annotations. Annotations are that the graphical representation of the essential building assets. Fine. So this is now with this checked on, you see that it displays here also. But if that is not checked on, then just select this particular line, go to edit type, and from here just check on this symbol at level and one also. Fine. And then what many levels you draw, that will display that, that will accept that. For example, I will select all of this and change from 1/4 of an inch head to PTS level line. And what you notice is that that change has been adapted to all these different level lines. Fine. So this is the level line that has been defined by us. If I select this to no head, then it will accept this line type, this line pattern, and that symbol has disappeared. And I've shown you that where to bring that particular symbol back from. So I'll just click undo. Fine. Now, next command for today is, if I just go to the particular ground floor, then grid. Okay, grid. GR is the shortcut. Uh-oh. Yes. So grid, GR is the shortcut, and for that, I will just take you to this particular wall, and wall is entirely a different huge topic. Don't worry, but right now, just to make that particular command grid, just to explain you that this command, I need to draw a couple of walls. So I will just draw a couple of walls and WA and this drafting tool. Okay, WA and this. Okay. And with that, now I will say that GR is the shortcut, or you can access it from here also. Fine. So I will just click GR, and from here, you see that how powerful Revit is, that automatically when you hover your mouse, you see that it snaps to the center. Fine. And it snaps to the location line. Fine. So I will just drop this two lines and grid lines. So now I want someone to tell me that what are these lines, what these lines are. I want interaction from your side. Anyone can reply. Very good. Yes, very good. Very good. Very good. So this grid lines are the center line or face line, but the functionalities of this particular grid line in Revit is that doesn't only limit up to center line and face line. There is far beyond that, and that I will show you as soon as we proceed ahead with the modeling process. And when the time comes, I will show you that what is the importance of this grid lines in Revit. Fine. But now, just like level lines, the level lines we placed, we have this grid lines. That is also again a system family. For the example, if I select this, then it reads level. When if I just go to edit time, then it reads system family level. But for this particular grid line, if I just go to edit type, it reads system family grid, which has three different types. That is 1/4 inch bubble, 1/4 inch bubble custom gap, and 1/4 inch bubble gap. Okay. So what I will do is that I will just draw this couple of grid lines, and yes, I'll select one. I'll snap to this, and with that, once locked, I can just drag it all the way around. Fine. And one thing which I forgot to show you for this particular level line is that if I just want to extend any of this level line, right now, if I just select, then you see that it reads that 3D. And this is the indication that all of them are logged along this horizontal segment, okay, along this vertical segment. If you want to extend any of this, then just select that particular level and just change this from 3D to 2D. And with that, now you can extend that, okay, sorry, 3D to 2D. And with that, you can extend that line and bring that level wherever you want. Okay. And if you want to again dock it, then just select this and dock this particular symbol back to here. And again, automatically, all of them will be followed along this particular vertical plane, and all of them will be locked and will change to 3D. Fine. So the same thing follows here as well. Okay. So I'll just, you see that now this is docked and locked. Okay. I can just drag it here. Fine. And just like that level line, we are also going to customize this grid line. But before that, I will just show you that what if I want to draw the center line or face line, whatever you call, essentially the grid line along this. Let me just delete it. Oh my God. Canvas thing. Yeah, fine. WA is a shortcut for wall command, but wall is entirely a different lecture. So I will just show you. Don't worry. Okay, but what if you want to draw the grid following this orientation, grid line following this orientation? So I'll just press ZR, and herein this is the option, that is multi-segment grid. Okay, places column segment grid line in the building design. Okay, so I'll just click this particular multi-segment, and with that I'll just offset. Since I know that the thickness of this wall is 8 inches, so I will just exactly enter half of that, that is 4 inches. Fine. And with that, I will just pick lines. And with that, I will just pick 1 and 2. Fine. And select this point, drag it till the extreme edge. Select this point and drag it. And then draw a simple line, dock and dock. Okay. And with that, I'll just finish. Fine. So that particular level line has been created. Fine. And likewise, this as well, GR, and again, this pick lines or an offset of 4 inch and along this wall. But that has directly placed because I didn't select that multi-segment option. So GR and multi-segment, and after that pick lines, and with that offset of 4 inch, and click this and just drag it here and drag this point here, and then just draw 2 lines and dock it until this line pops up showing the alignment. Okay, and the sketch is invalid. Why? Oh, M and move. Okay, and herein this this is the modify panel. Under this, all you have this 3D drafting commands. Sorry, tools, 3D drafting tools, of which I am right now using this move command. Okay, and yes, okay, and just finish. So now we need to edit this as well. So first is that what I will do is that I will name that properly. So this should be A, and likewise this should be B. And before customizing it, I will just change this to 2, but 2 is already present. So 4, 2 and 3. Okay. Now, when I select this particular lines, you see that if I just select this line and select this bubble gap, custom gap, then you see that it is something different. And if I just say that 1/4 of an inch bubble gap, only bubble gap, then now one more command for today. There are going to be a lot of commands, but another command for today is that if I just select this any of this line, then you see that here there is the eyeglasses. Fine. So if I just click this, then you see that there are four different options. There is isolate category or hide category, isolate element or hide element. If you want the elements that belong to any category, and if you want to hide or isolate, then you need to select isolate category or hide category. But if you want to hide or isolate single element, then you need to select likewise. So I will just select any of this particular grid line and I will say that isolate category. So that will isolate that entire category, of which what you refer for this different three grid lines is the formation or the structure of all these different grid lines are different. Why is that? That is because it follows some or the other customization within it. Fine. So we are just going to see what is that customization. For example, I will just copy this and select one more, and that will read 5. And I will just select this to custom bubble gap and this to no bubble, or let's say bubble gap. Okay, yeah. See, so hearing this difference is popping up for multi segments that won't appear actually properly because that multi segment, I don't know why is it like that. But whenever you create the grid lines using multi-segment, then it doesn't accepts the customization you do to that particular grid line. I don't know why that's like that, but that's okay. That's not much important. Fine. So within this, you have this customization, you have this customization. So we are going to understand that what that is. So I'm just going to delete this particular thing. Okay. And under one, I'm just going to go to edit type. And what is the first step? The first step is that I don't want to mess with the system family and I will just duplicate this. Duplicate this, calling it PTS grid line. Okay. Under that, now you have different options to play around with. For example, the symbol. The symbol, just like we had that level head and level no head. Herein, we have this two different options, that is grid head, which is having circle, and grid head, which is having no bubble. Fine. So we of course, we want the bubble. So we will select this particular grid head, circle, and center segment is right now continuous. Sorry. I will go with this particular continuous option, for example, for right now, and just show you the another properties associated to it. So wherein this you see that end segment weight. It has basically two parts. That is the end segment and the center segment. For example, the center segment is having this line weight, which I'll just change to 4. And I'll change this color to red. Okay. And just like level line, this also references this pattern, end segment pattern, but it is an end segment pattern. All these properties are associated with the end segment, and it will just change the properties of the visual appearance of the end segment. And I'll just select this double dash 5 of an inch. Okay. And just like that level line, plan symbol at end 1 and end 2. Yes, fine. So with that, I'll just apply and press OK. Fine. So what difference do you notice? This has changed to color red, and also this particular center line. This center segment is referencing some different type of line style. For example, if we just change this particular line weight to something like 3/4 of an inch, or let's say 1/4 of an inch, that is quite big. Yeah. So you see that this pattern is different than the one that comes with Revit. That is this one, 1/4 inch bubble. It is slightly different. Or double dash. Let me just select this hidden and just apply. Yeah, fine. So you see that that change has been reflected here. Fine, which is slightly different from this. Now, what is this center segment? So center segment is right now continuous. If I say that none, okay, and with none, if I just click apply, okay, then you see that the center segment disappears. Where this option, where this customization was that, it was within this this particular bubble gap. Fine. If I just select this particular thing, then you see that the center segment is not there. So this customization was defined within that particular type, which we are done for our PTS grid line. Okay. If I just go to edit type, then next is that you have this custom. So as soon as you enter from continuous to none and from none to custom, you see that you have now properties associated with center segment also get activated, which in this case it is not. See, if I just say continuous, then the center segment has only one field. Okay, but if I just enter this to custom, then center segment weight, color, pattern, everything's get activated. Fine, and you can change that also. If I just enter this 4, if I change this color to blue, and if I say that grid line, I want this particular double dash 5 of an inch. Okay, and with this all properties, I'll just click apply and okay. So now what you notice, you have a complete different grid line style, wherein you have the center segment pattern and the end segment pattern, two different patterns. Okay, so I will just press HR. What is HR stands for? See, right now you have temporarily isolated this particular line type. If you want to again switch back to and see everything, then you just need to click this eyeglasses and say that reset temporarily hide isolate. So that will reset. Or the shortcut of that is HR. If I want to isolate, then HR. And if I want to isolate this category, then I will just isolate this element. Then I will click HI. So that will isolate only this element. If I want to isolate this entire category, then I will select this and I'll click this isolate category. That doesn't have an option shortcut. Of course, you can. Yeah, one thing I've also forgot to show you that under this user interface, turning on this properties and this project browsers tab, you have this keyboard shortcuts from where you can control the shortcuts. For example, for this move command, you see that whenever you will enter whenever you will turn on this, whenever you will navigate to this particular keyboard shortcut, your Revit will be having this move command with shortcut enter MV. But this is I have just customized it. If I just MV and if I just select this, then now for the shortcut for command move is MV. Okay, but I would like to go with M enter because I am used to it. Okay, and under that isolate category, isolate, yeah, see, isolate category IC. Okay, IC is a shortcut. Or I okay, fine, I forgot. So with HR, if I just select this and press IC, oh sorry, IC. So that will uh, isolate that entire category, and with HR you can see everything, visibility of everything back. Okay, and one more command. If I select this and press SA, what that does, that will select all the similar elements in the entire project, but our PTS grid line is only one, so that has not selected. For that, I just need to select this 1/4 inch of a bubble and then say SA. So as soon as I select press SA, you see that 1, 2, and 3 are selected. These two are not yet selected. So again, I will just change this to 1/4 inch of a bubble. Okay, and you see that, as I said, that whenever you use this multi-segment, the pattern which is by default provided works properly. If you place any customization, that it won't properly reflect. I don't know why it's like that. But if I just select any of this particular grid line and press SA, that is select similar. Okay, if I select this and go to right click, then here is that. Select all instances visible in entire view or entire project. And the shortcut for that is SA. So if I'll just select this and SA, that will select all this. So say that multiple families selected and all of them I will just change to PTS grid line. Fine. So with one click, you have changed all of the grid lines to PTS grid line. Fine. Okay. So that was just a bit of introduction to this particular thing. And last command is that what if you want to have, as I said, that Revit is multidimensional. You see that whatever you draft in 2D, that gets elevated in 3D. So what if you want to see that particular thing happening? So just creep. You have right now this two different Windows, if I want to have a look of both these windows, then just press WT. Okay. So that will, okay. And just like AutoCAD, in AutoCAD, we have Z enter, EX enter for zoom extend. In Revit, for zoom extend, the shortcut is ZA. Fine. And that will toggle both of these views. Okay. Again, if you want the expanded command, expanded view of this, then select this particular any of the view that you want to expand, and just instead of opposite of WT, that is TW. So that will again bring the expanded view. Fine. And WT, that is the tile. Okay. And as I said, another command, if I just select this particular wall and if I want to draw it, then CS, that is create similar. Fine. If I select this particular thing and right click, then just like select instances, it would also have that create similar. Yes, see, here is the create similar. Okay, the option is CS. So as soon as I select this and I want to draw the same wall, so CS, I will press CS and I'll draw that particular different walls. And you see that that is elevating in 3D. Fine, but that wall is entirely a different lecture, enter the big lecture, which we will see tomorrow. So this was just a bit of introduction to this interface Revit. So, if any one of you have any doubts or queries regarding what all taught today, then you guys can shoot your queries. Anything regarding any generalized query if you want to ask regarding this course, regarding timing, regarding topics or anything is that if you want to ask, तो आप पूछ सकते हो. किसी को कुछ डाउट्स या क्वेरीज है? हाँ, आप पूछो. Yes. Let me just go to south elevation. Okay, fine. Let me just first click this TW. And yes, what? Plinth level, yeah. Yes, definitely, definitely. See, right now this is plinth level that is 1 foot 6 inches, and from that you want the floor height to be exactly 10 feet. Fine. So according to the height, uh, adding 10 feet to 1 feet 6 inches will be 11 feet 6 inches. Fine. So let's enter 11 feet 6 inches. Then, हाँ, yes. इसको क्या कर सकते हैं? किसको ये एनोटेशन को? हाँ, तो वो स्केल से चेंज कर सकते हो. वन वे इज दैट यू कैन इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज द स्केल, और अदरवाइज यू सिलेक्ट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग, देन यू सी दैट दिस इज this is first floor. It's reading first floor 11 feet and 6 inches, which is actually a level line, and it is the family. So, अगर यही scale में, let's say that 1/8 of an inch, you want to decrease this particular thing, the size of this particular thing, then that follows in this annotate, and that is the 2D part that will follow after 10 to 15 lectures. That how can you edit this particular system families? Okay, yeah, fine. So yeah. Okay. Anyone else? किसी को कुछ डाउट? Yes, yes, Abdullah. Yes. Uh, See, uh, basically, when you draft in a floor plan, okay? But that thing automatically gets converted into third dimension. It automatically takes up the third dimension. Architecture and wall. See, if you want to draft a floor plan, AutoCAD का फ्लोर प्लान अगर Revit में लाते हो और वॉल्स बनानी है, तो 3D में तो बनाएंगे नहीं. Of course, in order to draft that particular thing, what you need to do is that you need to go to floor plan, insert that AutoCAD floor plan, and then work in 2D only. But that thing will get elevated in 3D. Okay. नहीं, ऑटोकैड ड्राइंग्स तुम तो सिर्फ इंपोर्ट कर सकते हो रैविट में। फिर तुम्हें बिल्ड तो करना पड़ेगा ना, बनाना तो पड़ेगा ना। वो अपने आप थोड़ी जनरेट हो जाएगा। You have to draft it. You have to draft it following the footprints of that particular floor plan. Then it will get converted. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyone else, anything? And one more thing I would like to bring to your notice that I would just like to tell you, all of you, that please try to match the class. I mean, what all taught today, if not practiced today or in couple of days, the things will get piling up. The things will pile up. Okay, and at a point will come, then you'll not be able to recover. So, in my suggestion, what all taught, that should be immediately practiced in a day or two. So, what all doubts and queries you are going to encounter while practicing that particular topic, so that is immediately solved on a day, in a day or on in a day or a two, or weekly, whenever we are going to have a big live session, doubts and queries, a generalized doubts and queries session, that time that will be solved. But if it goes on 1 week, 2 week, then that thing will pile up. And it might happen that कि प्रैक्टिस करते करते आप भी भूल जाएं शायद कि वो डाउट या क्वेरी क्या थी. So it is my request to all the students that whatever is taught, please kindly practice that particular thing on that very day. Okay, and you will be giving small tasks, homeworks, which you have to do, and show me the next day. Fine. So because there should be inputs from your end also. It should be both the ways. So just make sure that everyone has the Revit version installed on their workstation. Okay, fine. Then tomorrow, the we will meet the same time, and every day from Monday to Thursday, the class time will be 6:30 p.m. sharp, and after 6:40, no one will be allowed to join the live session, and the link will be sent to you on 6:15 p.m. Okay, and if anyone by any reason cannot attend the live session, then regularly the classes will be updated in this particular folder, as I said, and they can watch the videos. Okay. And the format of the classes will be that every day we will have a 50 minutes of uninterrupted session where the teaching time, 50 minutes, and that might extend also. And last 5 to 10 minutes will be doubts and queries. But that's and doubts and queries will be only pertaining to that particular topic taught on that day. Okay. For generalized doubts and queries session, we will have uh, we will have that particular session on Sunday in the first half. Okay, so first half we will have just generalized doubts and query session, and then we'll proceed on with the regular class for that day on Sunday. Okay, fine. So just watch this video and get up to this point.